This is part 2 of the model shaper build.
In part 1 you could see how I made the base.
This time I'm gonna make the main body.
I'm gonna make this body in 2 parts, 2 halves, because the material I have here is not wide enough to cover the whole width of this machine. So 2 parts. And the second reason to do this, with the machinery I have, I cannot make pockets. The inside of this part, of course, is hollow because it has the bull gear. Because I can make pockets, the 2 halves will be easier to work, so I can cut a U shape on this side and a U shape on this side, put them together, and then I will have a hollow. The separation of these 2 halves will be here about in the middle, because these rail systems, this is high precision work, of course, and if I make just a U and a lid that comes on the other side, it will be way more complicated to make this rail. I already cut out 2 beautiful little blocks here. I'm just gonna clean them up, square them, so I have reference surfaces to put them together, so I know where I have to drill the holes. Now I have to locate 4 points over here, here, here and here, where I can drill and tap and pull bolts in. 4.5. And here I'm gonna put it at 4. 8.5. 7.5. Great. Really handy. To locate the 4 holes in the other part here below, I installed it in the vise with a little piece of paper between, so that seems to hold. Let's see if it works. Normally I don't do any unboxing videos, but this time I will make an exception. I bought bolts. This is all I could find. This is 2 mm. 2, and I think the length is 20. Yeah, 21 something, but without the head is 20. So small bolts. Now in scale for my shaper, still too big, but what to do? I couldn't find any nuts, so I bought 2 mm tabs and 1.6 mm drill bits. Officially there are 2, yes. That's correct. Small drills. Now, first of all, I have to make some tapping handle for these ones because I'm not sure this one will work. All I could find was this piece of rust here. I was looking for a slug or something ready to go, but I don't have. So first I'm gonna clean up the rust a bit and then make a tap holder Jew pie style.
That's nice and shiny.
Don't know what they mixed in this steel, but it's very sparky. Gives a really nice finish. Something wrong with the center height. Oh, that's new. The drill bit is bent. Okay, another one. Take two with another drill bit. Bit sloppy, but for a tap handle that will work. Good, seems to work fine. A little knurl here on the side would be nice, but I suppose for that you need a knurling tool, which of course I don't have. It's a bit scary because I still have these uncontrolled movements and I'm a bit afraid to break the tap in the hole. Set my depth stop to make countersink. My screws are 5mm too long to go in here, so I'm gonna try something. Not really a success. 17, okay. Belt sander test. When I put the parts together and they're not tight, there is a bit too much movement, but it was expected. It's well known that bolts and threaded rods cannot serve as a positioning device. The best way to align these two parts will be to put two aligning pins somewhere. Let's see if we can find something useful in here to make some pins. Oh, by the way, did you know that there are two types of nails?
This one for the floor with the point down, and this one for the ceiling with the point up. But that's not the purpose of this video. That looks good. Don't have a drill for this. Right, after a bit more research here in my archives, I found a drill 1.28 and steel nails, I think about 2000, I don't know, 121. That could work. Most people use red, I use blue. Looks like I nailed it. This is the result. Now, no movement whatsoever. I think we can call this success. I'm gonna put the bolts in and start the machining operations so I can remake my reference surfaces. This is a little bit off, this one also.
Shear tool, good finish.
Between the locating pins I have, oh, wrong side of the ruler, 23 millimeters. So what I plan to do is dig it out here, make it 22. I'm gonna cut 6 millimeters deep, which means my total pocket will be 12. And of course my bull gear is also 6 millimeters, so I have to take off maybe 1.5 or 2 millimeters. Cutting grooves with this machine is always a bit a challenge because the machine doesn't like it. And a little finishing pass. That's good. One more to go. To avoid to have too much chatter, first we go slow, plunge in, half a millimeter, start moving sidewards, and we can speed up. There's still some chatter, but can live with it. My two slots are finished and I brought the parts together again. Now it's time to make the opening where the bull gear goes through. This is late work.
I finished the boring where the bull gear will sit in this model shaper. Now I admit for the moment it doesn't look much like a model shaper yet, but one day it will. Now I have to stop filming because the neighbors are very noisy.
They're working in a garden with two machines. One of them is noisy and the other one is very noisy.
And I'm wasting my time waiting every time that they stop making noise and then start filming again and then cut because they start again make noise and neighbors. But they're good people, I'm telling you, they're good people. There's also good news. I received this week stickers from Paul from Hagsby Shed and the new sticker from Harold. It's not upside down, no it isn't. So I'm gonna put them on the cheap door, which is done by now. Now first I thought put the new Harold sticker on the old one, but that's not a good idea because from today on this sticker is history and you don't change history. Don't touch. So Paul, you see, your sticker is also on my cheap door. Now please check out Paul, he's in the UK and in one of his latest video he's also making a cheap door to put stickers on, just like I do. So I think that's a good idea. And Paul, he's the kind of I can fix everything grandfather, and indeed he can. Checking out, of course, as always, links of both channels in the description.